Good morning. Welcome to the wonderful sunrise. Really, really, really pretty. There's so many birds singing this morning. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna go back to sleep, and I will do something later today. Okay, bye for now. Okay, guys. So what I want to talk about this morning, it's just incredibly scary for me to talk about, and very vulnerable. Mostly because of my own wounding and also societal outlook and perception on what I want to talk about. So when I went back to sleep this morning, after I woke up at sunrise, I went into a meditation that went deep into my womb space, and deep into my whole pelvic girdle, my yoni, into the whole area around my second chakra, and I guess my first too, but it was mostly my second I felt being activated. And this is hard to talk about because talking about womb and yoni energy, especially yoni energy, vagina is what yoni is, feels really scary, because we have so many hang-ups about our yonis, our vaginas as women. I mean, I'm sure this is true for men as well. I don't know what that experience is like. I can only speak from my experience, but so what I was doing was literally like reclaiming that part of myself, reclaiming my womb, all the energy and power and mystery that lies inside of my womb. And there was a lot attached in there that did not belong there, that wasn't mine, that kept disconnecting me, and reclaiming that my womb and my yoni belonged to me. And I know I didn't know that they belonged to me. And that makes me really sad. Sorry, my cat just turned my phone off. I had no idea. And it's so indoctrinated and it's so deep, especially in this society, but I'm sure in a lot of the world, where I felt like my womb and my yoni did not belong to me. They belonged to other people. They belonged to my boyfriend. They belonged to all this crap that was hanging out in there that wasn't mine. They belonged to the toxic masculine. I don't know how to describe this. But to reclaim those pieces and to reclaim them for my highest divine good, and to reclaim the power that is inside of my womb, and the power and the pleasure that is inside of my yoni, that's mine, that belongs to me. It just makes me weep. Because there's so much mystery and magic laying inside there that I am not taking for myself. And that I was letting be overrun by things that aren't even mine. And it was powerful. And I really want to figure out how to teach women how to do this. I've been called to something similar for a long time around sacred sexuality. It's not just sexual, though. I mean, it encompasses all energies around our womb and our yoni. One of those being our sexuality, others being our power, our magic, our women wisdom, our womb wisdom. There's so much. Our life giving, our creativity. Like, my creativity is hung up. That's our second chakra as well. And it was all hung up in the shit that I was taking on. That wasn't mine. It makes me angry, but it also makes me feel so, like, relieved. And that my pleasure is mine. It's like, wait, what? What? I always leave my body. Like, I can't connect to that place inside me because it isn't mine. It's like it gives in and gives over to someone else or something else always. And I have to disconnect. And because I was never allowed to own it is what it feels like. And now I'm allowed to own it. It was like giving it back to me. And it was pretty painful diving into my womb. Like, it was so much like shredding, like almost like cramping, like when I'm on my period. Because there's so much to clear out of there. And there's still more. It's not done. I have a lot more work to do there, but I'm embarrassed to talk about this because I'm afraid it's going to trigger people. I'm afraid it's going to hurt people. But that's my ego, and I can't be afraid to talk about this because of old defenses. Because I feel like this is part of my gift and what I'm here to help people learn. Just to reclaim their womb, reclaim their yoni, reclaim their own pleasure, reclaim their own sacred sexuality, reclaim their creativity, reclaim their life force and their life giving. So there is no shame. There is no shame in having a yoni. There is no shame in owning it. There's no shame in having a womb and owning it. There is no shame in being a woman and owning our own space. Our space of amazing wisdom, of amazing magic, of amazing mysteries. And that all, not all, that's not true. A lot of it, so much of it lies in our womb and in our yoni. And I didn't realize this. And I feel really different claiming this piece of myself, like my body, claiming it back. And I'm so scared to put this out there today. But I'm being led and guided towards talking about it because we have to release the shame around this if we want to own it. And so I have to release my own shame around it and talk about it and be brave to talk about it and feel the shame. It's fine. It's there. And talk about it anyway. Because that shame never belonged to me to begin with. And it doesn't belong to any of you. So I hope that this courage that I am showing you right now, because I feel like very courageous in doing this, helps you to free yourself of shame of reclaiming your own yoni, your own womb space. It belongs to you. No one else. Okay, loves. See if I can be brave enough to post this now. Blessed be.